They called them crazy when they started out. Said 17's too young to know what love's about. They've been together 58 years now. That's crazy. He brought home $67 a week. Bought a little two-bedroom house on Maple Street, where she blessed him with 6 more mouths to feed. Now that's crazy. Just ask him how he did it. He'll say pull up a seat. It'll only take a minute to tell you everything.
Hey, you're probably wondering what's going on right now, and that's good because I want it to be completely random and to catch you off guard, but I want to take a few minutes, Hannah Kate, to describe something that means a lot to me, and that is the game of basketball. And over the years, it's developed to be more of just a game, but it's something that's just been unique, has had its unique place in my heart because of what it's done between you and me. And if you just think about it, I mean, our friendship, first of all, has begun because of the game of basketball. I remember, in AAU and just kind of as we'd gone through elementary school, we used to go to camps together and play against each other all the time. And there was just that friendship that we developed. And though we didn't hang out and though we didn't really talk a lot through those years, it was like I went to your AAU games, I went to your middle school games to cheer you on. I don't know, it was just kind of weird. And for an example, like in National Hoops, I wanted you on my team. Just because there was just something I liked about you, just how you played the game and how much you loved it and just how much it was easy to talk to you. I wanted you on my team. You were just fun to be around. And I remember you being on my National Hoops team for 2 years. And so our friendship just kind of began that way. And I remember going to middle school games, of course, and cheering you on and just really hoping that you would have a big game, which you always did. And it's almost like I was like your biggest fan. Like, that might be weird, but I've been your biggest fan for a long time now, and whether you know it or not. But one thing that really got me in high school, and I'll never forget this, is the first time you texted me after one of my games. And the text was simple. It was just, hey, how'd you guys do? How'd you do? And I remember reading that text message, and I was just like, well, this is kind of random, but she loves basketball. Maybe she just really cares about how we did, and maybe her dad wants to know. So I texted you back, but after a while, I realized that there was a pattern going on. And in the back of my head, I'm like, I wonder if she's got a different agenda behind these text messages of just asking me how the game's going on. Lo and behold, I think I figured it out. You did have a different pattern, at least I started to, as our conversations began to go away from basketball and just kind of getting to know each other more. And of course, we started talking about our faith and how our number one goal is to glorify God, and we wanted to live for Him. And I don't know, that was a big attraction to me towards you. And so I just remember us texting all the time. And sooner than later, we began dating. And of course, when we get to our junior year, something that we can never forget, and something that not many couples can tell people this, but we won a state championship on the same day. That's incredible. And the more I look back, the more I'm like, okay, that is pretty awesome. And just thinking back how we loaded the buses the same day and how we traveled the same day, texting back and forth. I had the game the same day that we left. I was like, Hannah, I'm nervous and this is awesome. I hope we win. I hope you guys win tomorrow. It'd be awesome if we win state on the same day. Everyone was talking about that. And I remember state championship day on Saturday, going into the locker room, and I remember watching you guys on the TV. Me and Dante made sure we plugged it up and watched you guys. And I remember that buzzer going off and you guys celebrating. And here we are in the locker room, nervous as can be, and in my head I'm like, we have to win now. how in the world am I going to be happy for her if I lose? It's going to be hard. I'm going to try my best, but it's going to be hard. And I remember during our game, you know, we led most of the game. And I kept looking back at you, and you're carrying the trophy around, and you were just smiling ear to ear. You were so excited. And then it was our turn. I remember the last 5 seconds, that countdown, I'll never forget. It seemed forever, but I just remember counting in my head. I'm like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And that buzzer went off, and chaos broke loose. I remember storming the court, just hugging all my teammates, hugging my coaches. Even got to hug Coach Cormany. And then we went and, you know, jumped into the student section, and it was just awesome. But then after that, I remember you guys, the girls team, formed a tunnel back to the locker room. All I cared about, though, was finding you. And all I wanted to do was give you a huge hug. And that's what I did. I came up to you. I just gave you the biggest bear hug ever. And I remember whispering, okay, I yelled in your ear, I love you so much. And I just remember just hugging you tight, and was just so excited. You were grinning ear to ear. I was grinning ear to ear. I was about to cry, but I cry about everything anyways. But that was just a memory that we will never forget. And the fact that we got to go through it together, the fact that we have always played basketball and had that in common since elementary school, and we won a state championship together, was just unbelievable. But a memory that was even more, that's something that means more during that state championship run in those few days, was getting our state rings. Because we won, it didn't really seem real, so we said when we get our rings, that's when it's going to seem real. And so I remember the community celebration and free food everywhere. But I just remember us, both guys and girls on the court, just sitting there, listening to the speakers. They were good, but we just kind of didn't care about them. We wanted our rings. And I remember you guys getting your rings, and then we got our rings. And I remember just sitting there with the box in my hand, because we couldn't open them until we were told. And I just kept looking at that box, wondering what it would look like. I couldn't wait to open it. I remember the countdown, another countdown I'll never forget that seemed like it took forever. This one was only 3 seconds. And I remember them starting it off saying 3. I remember looking at myself, you need to hurry up, get through the seconds, 3, 2, 1, let's go. But no, the countdown count went like this. It was 3, 2, 1. Okay, I've been your biggest fan for all my life, and you have been my biggest fan. We've waited long enough. I don't want to ever lose you, and I'm pretty sure God's put you in my life for a reason. Go ahead, stand up. Hey, Kate, the Ram-Face Flyer, I love you so much. I can't imagine being with anyone else. Will you marry me? I love you.